Make sure YouTube's thumbnail is up and going. And there we go. Do have a handful of replays left over from yesterday. Yep, actually just two. I may just finish up after getting these two casts, I may just finish up with either some live games or for some, what's it called? Or cast live games or play live games. So let's go ahead and get started. Bitrate's low. Nope, it seems fine. My character's breathing. I can see the tail breathing animation, so yeah. No, everything's fine. Boop, 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 boop. Get that bit larger. And here we are with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as, with all the weird color changes, let's just spawn the south side. Look at the south side. Spawn the south side as a red US player. We have Photosynthesis. Their teammate as the magenta USF. We have Blizzard. And spawning as the orange British player, UKF, we have Ashkale. Ashkale or Ashkyle. One of the two, and spawning the north side as the Cyan OKW, we have I Am Legend, who's me locked in the Breakthrough Doctrine. As the yellow Austria player, who's me locked in the Jaeger Armor Doctrine, we have Small. And spawning as the blue OKW player, we have Hamburger Helper Beef Stroganoff. Or Stroganoff, not Stroganoff. Rear echelons eyeing to capture the spot here, allowing the intersection push all the way forward. Intersection should get inside this garrison. It's a good hard point to allow them to buy some time to get into the his MG perhaps in the garrison. We got the rifleman or rear echelon have captured that point. Rifleman coming to support as well, so the Cyan OKW player will get double teamed. When seeing these two players, he may just want to back off. Just capture the fuel point, back off his Storm Pioneers with the heavy cover. But no, he's going to hop inside the Panzer Fusiliers, and the Shroom Pioneers will be captured the VP itself. He will have 4 windows firing, but he will get way overwhelmed. He will capture this point. His reinforcing Panzer Fusiliers just need to stick to this heavy cover. When you notice you're getting overwhelmed, just back off the heavy cover, fight to the most advantageous position, and bleed off your opponent. He does drop a model there, stops the capture of the fuel point. The northern fuel point has been captured by the Axis players. Let's make a quick look over here. Got Rifleman behind the heavy cover. He won't be able to win this fight, but he will be able to bleed off his opponent quite severely thanks to the heavy cover. Over here, yeah, intersections do advance. Both intersections are here, and the US mortar is now running on in. Ooh. Direct hit on his own force, his teammates' forces. Oh, and that's Volksrandiers forced back. But like I said, just stay back into heavy cover and just bleed your opponent. If you can't win, just make them lose more. Echelon will come in for a nice flank. The Kubwagen could potentially knock them forward, or at least knock them around. Echelon's trying to go for the squad wipe there, but it's unlikely they'll get the squad wipe. Rifleman still being engaged by the MG42 and the Kubwagen. Kubwagen has the same bit of fire there, and the rear echelon can get some good damage there, but they're forced to fire the Shroom Pioneers. Kubwagen may get taken out here by the rear echelons, but they're getting ripped apart. At the current rate, the rear echelon will get wiped. Yeah, the rear echelon stayed around for far too long. And the Kubwagen's like a couple bullets away from death. Rifleman still advancing the heavy cover, very nice, and looks like he's going to go forward for an incendiary grenade to make sure he doesn't get bleed out anymore. Though he does force his opponent to waste some munitions there, so very nice. Down south, or in the mid, we do have the Rifleman now advancing. I'm for some heavy cover, rear echelon captured the point. And the Pioneer squad will be potentially forced back relatively soon. And very soon indeed. Vickers set on up, a little bit behind heavy cover. The frontal models are hopefully can absorb the fire shots first. We also got a pair of Wehrmacht mortars here. Wehrmacht mortars are pretty good. We got rifle grenade being fired, does get fired, does not get canceled, and nice dodge there. Part of it force there, throws out some US mortar smoke. Interesting, and I like it. Most of the time you just see high explosive all the time. Admittedly, I'm guilty of that, but smoke right there did allow him to sustain less damage, only if he was behind the heavy cover right here.
Ambulance taking the field.
1 point for good use of smoke, -1 point for not utilizing smoke to get back to some heavy cover. There's plenty of heavy cover for him to utilize, so he's sustained a lot of free damage there. The mortar, however, will get overran. Even if it does get decrewed, it's unlikely it's going to be actually captured up. The US mortar's not exactly a squad that you really want to risk getting a capture for. Though I think the Schumpiner is going to eye for a salvage. Yeah, he is going to actually eye a salvage there. Panzer is pushing way forward. Panzer need to fall back. These infantry sections just need to look at the... Ooh, yeah. The salvage was an interesting idea, but not a good idea as we saw in the end. We do have a mortar being deployed now. We've got advanced emplacements for this British player. And it's east down south, and he's not any threat against him. He should be able to entrench this area quite well. Ooh, there's also dropped Vickers. Okay, that's just dropped Vickers, his Vickers, not a MG42. He needs to get rid of that resecured. Potentially could pull out Bofors help secure up that area. Looks like they maintain some good heavy cover there. Jägerlight infantry being upgraded the G43 as well. Jägerlight infantry does get their upgrade there. And however, does roll a miss there. We do got a pyrotechnic flare being thrown on in. The problem is the pyrotechnic, when in vision, it has really tight scatter. It probably will not even splash this Jägerlight infantry, and he knows that. He's going to stick right there. First round will come down and will probably land spot on. And get some splash on the Jägerlight infantry, and does utilize a sprint to get away from the artillery barrage. Very nice. Or just away entirely, but using out of cover for a bit too long. A full retreat would have been a bit better. Jägerlight infantry will manage to fall on back. Down south, we do have advance here, including MG34, and the Vickers still decrewed. Pick up that gun. That is a good weapon to... Never hurts to have an extra MG. He does pick up the MG. He could throw one of these guys inside the building. In actuality, getting the guy both these MGs inside the firing against this mortar placement could be quite good. Because they do have higher arm penetration, they can get some good damage in. And if the MG34 gets Vet 1, armor piercing rounds can rip apart emplacements. Of course, oh no, that upgrade no longer exists, does it anymore? Bofors smoke can be upgraded to improve survivability. Okay, just Bofors gives increased armor. That's actually been removed from mortar emplacements. And of course allows them to fire white phosphorus. It's a mixed bag ability. I don't really like... If they're all focused on one unit, I'm fine with a mixed bag ability getting a certain unit a bunch of upgrades. But if it's like 3 different units, 3 different abilities or upgrades, I sort of don't like that concept. Just too much of a mixed bag. Looks like a lag is engaged in this mortar emplacement. Captured Vickers is sustaining quite a bit of fire there. Does get some suppression there thanks to supporting the MG34. A super frag grenade there was actually thrown and wipes out the captain. Captured Vickers does go down there. Riflemen eyeing to throw their own frag grenade. That actually was not a captain, that was actually a regular rifleman. I thought there was a captain there. I must be going crazy. The captain must be actually was on the full retreat. Intersections pushing before wipes out that Panzerfusilier squad, so a lot of losses on the southern flank. And looks like Red has managed to harass the fuel point quite significantly. Yellow needs to plant an MG42 here. Not sure why there's not an MG42 there. I'm not sure why I haven't this MG42 in the first place. That may be why there's not an MG42 anymore. It must have been actually captured or fully wiped somehow. Good hit there with the Vickenwerfer. Pack Howitzer has deployed on out. Intersection here, receiving a bit of fire there from the Panzerfusiliers. Appears to be no 5-man squad upgrade just yet. Down south, we've got a massive group of firefight here. Pack Howitzers at close range. There's the MG42. Right from its mission way forward, we've got the AA half-track. Has repaired somewhat, so presses the Sturm Pioneer. Pack Howitzer firing a close range shot. Get a direct hit there on the Jägerlight Infantry. The Jägerlight Infantry, of course, only needs one model to be effective. Does have hold fire put on there. Slow responsive movement, but it was out of vision range, which is fine. Triple mortar there. Triple Wehrmacht mortar. A little bit overkill. I like 2. 3 is overkill. Patrick tries to pushing the way forward, trying to get a good shot there on. No, had to hold fire. But the mortar should be able to finish off the mortar emplacement if they assume they don't get overran. Perhaps put this Grenadier inside this garrison. It is out of Embrace, or Brace, not Embrace. And the mortar emplacement does go down. We got the U.S. mortar still in the region. Panzerfusiliers making their advance. Captain has been upgraded from 1919, so we do have the Tactical Support Company deployed on out. And his Grenadiers will need to fall back relatively soon. Oh, he got behind that fence and looks like this prevents retreat. I actually never realized you could hop over that fence. There is actually a bit of an area there where you can actually hop over it. Mortars pushing their way forward, making some good hits there. Fresh mortar emplacement has been deployed on out. We've got AT on hold fire state. And mortars now raining on in. This building is severely wounded, so best not garrison anything inside of it. One sneeze and it's down. Nothing to garrison, nothing to protect the mortars. The mortars may need to do a full retreat there, especially this one is quite wounded. MB-34 is getting some good suppression on in. Captain, however, does get suppressed there. And looks like these mortar emplacements or mortar teams will be falling on back. Down south, we've got Kupferwagen being salvaged. Looks like Red did another good time of harassing that fuel point. This MG42 here is a pretty good hard point there to help cover the sector from being overran, assuming it stays there. Could push it a little bit farther forward to the light cover with that fence, wire fence. Intersection pushes away forward. We'll find the G43's at point blank range. And he does throw a grenade there, and that's going to be a good grenade. Though the line of sight blockers are unable to gun down the rest of the models. Ambulance pushed on forward, getting some great healing. It's not healing up the M180 gun just yet. Good hits there onto the Vickenwerfer, forcing him back. AA half-track is still alive. And we've got the rifleman captain. Captain's behind some heavy cover, which is a great position there. The Jägerlight Infantry does soft retreat. Aggressive soft retreat back to the light cover and heavy cover there. Pack Howitzer will get a minor splash there onto the Volksgrenadier. Volksgrenadier do throw a nice incendiary grenade there, forcing him forward. Sturm Pioneer's getting focused down now, but he does sustain a lot of damage from that, and Pack Howitzer gets a deadly hit there. Again, Volksgrenadier squad may actually get fully wiped there. Captain and rifleman pushing the way forward, very blobby style. Lieutenant has been deployed on as well. Looks like a fresh lieutenant. Grenadiers are going to get overran by these forces as well. With this law pushing its way forward, it's easy for this place to be overran. And a great mortar hit there, allowing him to get decrewed that mortar, no problem. And quickly claims him for himself with that lieutenant. Frag grenade thrown before retreating on back. But the lieutenant needs to fall back, and that was a decent mortar hit there. We got, looks like some sort of off-map artillery. It looks like a strafing run, P-47 strafing run. Cromwell's making his way forward. Riflemen and Captain pushing the way forward. We do have the Volksgrenadier behind the heavy cover there, so it should be good position there. But the power columns are constantly firing, and they're actually not firing back. So he's getting some great damage from the Volksgrenadiers. Free damage, really. Cromwell's making his advance. We do see a bunch of Panzerfusiliers here. A bunch of AT rifle grenades could potentially snare the engine, and likely he will get one. Does get one off. Goes for a good crush there. Does get the engine snare. Pack 40 does roll a miss there, hitting the terrain. Another AT grenade there. A little bit didn't need to do that. Pack 40 pushes his way forward, and will find one hit there. And it looks like we'll not be able to finish off the rest of that Cromwell. Has hold fire enabled. Force fires the ground there. The cannon warfare fires and rolls a miss. Oh no, the cannon warfare is actually force firing the ground. Got some demolition pioneers there. Stun grenade has been thrown by the Sturm pioneers as well. We do have the on me ability. And now that Volksgrenadier gets ripped apart by the captain. Looks like the captain has been upgraded with double bars. The Jaeger Light Infantry gains some damage, but at point blank range, the scope rifle has less accuracy, but the other rifles do, of course, get more accuracy. Cannon warfare does get a good hit there, misses with the other one. In the middle, we do have, or down south, we do have the Ostwind and Panzerfusiliers making their advance. A lot of riflemen here, all of them upgraded of M1919s. Lieutenant's make his advance hasn't been upgraded just yet either. Ostwind does receive a hit there by the M1 AT gun. It is a deadly AT gun, so have to be very careful. Panzerfusiliers are falling on back. Panzerfusiliers will need to fall back, getting suppressed there by a Vickers gun right here. And we also got a 50 cal as well. AT gun could get some good damage on the Ostwind. Those quite wounded. Gets to get a shot off there. One more shot and it's down. Does use the extended range but loses vision. The take aim increases the range. Limits sight to firing cone. It's a really powerful ability. MG34 is going to be forced on back. And the Cromwell has his engine repaired. Perhaps we need to turn off hold fire. Bit of an artillery war. Let's see about the other doctrine. Of course, we know about the breakthrough doctrine. We know about, of course, the entrenchment doctrine, advanced placements. We do also have heavy cav as well as tactical support. Of course, we know about Jaeger armor and Overwatch doctrine, so you can deploy a Left 18. Another squad wipe there. Does get an AT grenade off there, as well as some bazooka shots there from the Major and rear echelon. One of the rifleman squad did get wiped there, I believe. I think another one just got wiped there as well. Oops, hit my microphone, and we do have a full 2 squad wipes, no more riflemen, but those with Panzer IV in return. I say that's probably worth for the US player, but that is quite a bit of a loss. They're also fully upgraded. It's actually probably relatively equal trade, because now he only has a captain for combat, which is Veteran C3, able to sprint around, but we'll have trouble pushing. We'll have trouble with pushing power. Cromwell still has hold fire stayed on. I wonder if he actually realizes that's hold fire turned on. Now we've got the hold the line ability being activated, so around the 40-second mark we will see some aircraft being brought on in. We may see a bundle grenade there, though it's supposed to involve the supporting rifles and able to get some good damage there, but to hold the line, he will sustain a lot less damage there. Here comes the first aircraft, as well as aircraft over on the right side. Hitting the infantry squads now. And a good AT rifle grenade there onto the Sherman tank, snaring the engine, but we do have, of course, this vehicle crew and multiple cannon warfare hit there on top of the Sherman tank, and the Sherman tank does not... And there goes the Sherman tank. And looks like the MG-34 was in the sector, so it did get some splash there. High explosive rounds coming on in from the mortar pit. U.S. forces does break through, forcing back the Lig, but he does find the Sheer transporters. He will not be able to capture up that Lig for his own purposes. On the left side, we have no fresh riflemen. He can deploy out some rangers. Maybe could I deploy a ranger, but he's likely saving up for the Pershing. Needs a bit more manpower, and that's it. And I forgot to put a drink next to me. First Calliope has been deployed on out. Pack Howitzers raining on in. It gets a good hit there using the heat round barrage. Ooh, another direct hit there.
We got a new unit ready and on the field.
We do have some more and more rounds raining on in. Stupicifus raining on in. The Warperman gets some great hits there. Annihilates what appears to be both a Grenade Warfer and a 50 cal. Maybe that's a Vickers as well? No, that was already the crew, but good hits there on both those squads. Bofors, however, did not get splashed down. Calliope's coming for a counter barrage. We'll get some good hits there onto the cannon warfer.
Our gun crew has been lost. Enemy Panther! Fire positions! Counter fire! Counter fire!
Looks like Cromwell's pushing way forward, trying to hunt down that Stupicifus. Has the hold fire state turned on. Making some model crashes there, but 2 AT grenades does connect, getting engine damage. Decides to do a full retreat there, ensure that he doesn't actually lose some models, but actually retreats into the Cromwell, getting some model crushes. And still has prioritized vehicle turned fire on.
The enemy is determined, and we are down to 300 points.
Good hit there by the cannon warfer. The cannon warfer is quite wounded, but without that gun actually firing, he's saying a lot of free damage there. And if the cannon warfer may get another shot off there, he will have to go. Nope, does go down. He will always go next to the Sheer transporter, which will likely make him go down. Jagdtiger, of course, now can be able to be deployed. Needs a bit more fuel and quite a bit more manpower.
Armor ready.
Pershing has sustained a bit of a beating as well.
Incoming fire!
Good hits there.
Go ahead.
Does get a good hit there as well. On the left, over in the center, we do got the infantry sections making their advance. He does manage to pick up what appear to be a dropped Pentrek there. He's also being upgraded his own Pentrek, so there's going to be a double Pentrek equipped squad. There's also dropped LMG. Ooh, the Wehrmacht player must have dropped a lot of stuff there. Which, that could be a great item for the Jägerlight infantry, yeah. It will help them support getting some good damage at long range, allowing them to get more rifle crits. That is an excellent weapon for the Jägerlight infantry. You think Pathfinder's Bars can be bad, but think about a Jaeger infantry with an LMG. Ooh, but the pack hollers are supposed to say hi. And the Jaeger infantry will have to say bye. Looks like a Panzerwerfer barrage rained on in there. We've got Stukas of Fus barrage raining on over here.
An emplacement is being
Does
attacked.
brace pretty early. Actually, one round, he must have threw a lot of rounds into a building. Heard a grenade.
The squad's gone.
Oh, squad went down. So I'm not sure what actually went down. Pershing now firing some shots in. Do got some bazookas pushing the way forward. A couple AT rounds, Panzerwerfer shots do come off.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
And the Bofors emplacement is fully repaired now. This upgrade, it does actually increase health. The armor prevents it from making it immune to bullets. But the health, of course, is probably a bit more, generally more important because he's not likely to go down to gunfire anytime soon as the Bofors emplacement. Panzerwerfer barrage raining on in. Large miss there, especially misses these rear echelon. It gets some minor damage there onto the pack howitzers. Hold the line has been activated, and these Panzerwerfers could get ripped apart then. The captains just need to just, well, literally hold the line. Perhaps get some strafes here, but looks like he does manage to back off, but just pushing on in now. Double hit there, one pen there by the Panzerwerfers. And here comes a strafe run, annihilates that Volksgrenadier. Good hits there on top of those Panzerwerfers. Jaeger infantry can be sprinting away, maybe use some medical crates on themselves. And we'll get some models there. We've got some smoke being brought in as well. Panzerschrecks are pushing their way forward. Over here, we've got the intersections making their advance. Those the crew, the Panzerwerfer. Osborne's pushing their way forward. Gets some great damage there. Good hits all across that line. Rifle grenade fired. No, that's a regular grenade thrown, and that Panzer Grenadier will go down. Another drop Panzerschreck there. And good hits there onto that Ostwind.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
On the right side, we've got a Churchill making its advance. And does get a shot off there in the intersection, severely wounding it. He may be able to throw out a tornado fire there, but gets nailed by that lag, forcing him to fall back. Shroom Pioneers do get gunned down there. Is finding Pants Faust, but will knock an engine snare, making it pretty pointless. King Tiger's making its advance. And it's getting some great damage in on those retreating intersections. Churchill won't be able to tangle with a King Tiger at point blank. He's gone for King Tiger and not for Jagdtiger. Which I suppose in this case, King Tiger is an excellent option as opposed to the Jagdtiger because he's fighting most against emplacements and not necessarily against vehicles. And King Tiger will be able to hit both just as well as the infantry. Churchill's being backed up the corner, does roll a bounce there. We've got multiple AT guns here, one Brit one loaded up. And that is a Brit one, even though they're both 6-pounders. Bazooka's now pushing their way forward, getting some good damage there onto the King Tiger. Panzercruisers making their way forward, and one of the allies backed off. What was that one of the Axis players? So the Blue Oak player has actually backed out of the game, lost quite a bit, and these forces gets annihilated by that Stukas of Fus. Stukas of Fus has been quite successful this game. Looks like he hasn't been able to hold this sector whatsoever the entire game, but
Area secured. In contact.
he lost most of his forces as well. Is deploying a left 18. Good mortar hits there. Explosive starting to force fire the ground as well. Very nice.
Unit ready.
Looks like a more explosive, high explosive rounds coming on in from the pack houses. Looks like a Panzer Warfare barrage coming on in over here, I'm assuming. No, it's coming way over here.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
He has deployed some Rangers who've been upgraded with some bars. Very nice.
Spell complete. What's next?
Does manage to save his medics as well by banding out, but he was not. The ambulance was not really any sort of threat. Getting some great healing there. Captain could perhaps sprint forward. Another Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in somewhere. He does avoid the barrage as well. Very nice.
Is sustaining fire. Rear echelon troops on the front line.
Another rear echelon squad. So it's gone for a third rear echelon. We got a reconnaissance flight coming out by Magenta. But there's also Osman deployed now. So he's getting some good hits there. And oof.
We're losing a capture point.
No model shot from that crashed aircraft. It still takes out models, right? Or did that get removed? I always forget. Vet 2 coming out by the Pershing. And that Panther Connect does throw a grenade there as well. Wait, I thought the Vet 3 was a grenade. Apparently it's Vet 2 is the grenades. And takes out the Shum Pioneers. King Tiger's making his advance. Good damage there. Coming out onto the leg. And looks like got some more rounds raining on in. Getting some deadly hits there. One bundle grenade was thrown, but severely misses. These Rangers should be able to rip apart these Panzer Rangers, no problem. Has a horrible retreat path there, and that squad does get fully wiped there. Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in, does get wiped on both of those Rangers. Panzer Rangers are hitting out the Jackson. There's also a bazooka on this Grenadier. Fires, does get hit there, destroys the gun. Throws out a bundle grenade there onto the Captain squad. Over here, Churchill does go down to the Buchanan Warfare and King Tiger. Buchanan Warfare's down to one last model. Firefly is in the region.
200 points remaining.
And now the AT gun does get decrewed there.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Vaughan does get fully wiped there. Granted, that is an AI now. And Bazooka's also supporting the Volksgrenadiers, and that throws out another grenade there. Also got Calliope barrage raining on. Looks like just a general location over here. The Scion King Tiger is still getting repaired on up and center. We do have these forces captured up at that point there. And we've got bazookas now making their way forward. Multiple shots there. Does utilize the... Or no, that's just spotting scopes making him stationary. It does receive a shot there. Direct hit there onto those regular Pioneers. Not Sturm Pioneers.
We have 300 points remaining.
Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in over here. He's getting some great damage all across that line. Over on the right side, we've got the Sherman Firefly seeing quite a bit of fire there. One shot away from death from the King Tiger. And there it goes. Does use Spearhead right there.
The enemy enemy destroyed a vehicle.
And right now, he won't be able to get an angle off of those intersections until he turns Spearhead off. Now he can get a shot off on them. Looks like the Sturm Pioneer has been picked up himself up a bar. And we've also got a Sturm Officer now deployed on out. Another Firefly has been deployed on out. And maybe he has gone for advanced placement. Maybe a 17-pounder. We do got multiple grenades thrown. Stick grenades wipes out that intersection squad.
Squad knocked out.
On the left side, we do have another Panzerwerfer barrage annihilates the captain.
Position is being attacked.
We have an Elephant tank destroyer deployed on out. And sent down south, we do have the mortar placement. Potentially could receive some hits there. MG can easily get overran by these Panzer Fusiliers. And the Calliops come back away from those Panzer Fusiliers. 3-inch mortar in placement, now receiving some hits, but of course, he's far away from death. Does get 2 anti-tank grab grenades there onto the Firefly, taking out his engine, but likely he won't be able to get the kill there anytime soon. King Tiger's back at home getting repaired on, and he's a fall back. No point in trying to rush down that Firefly. It's going to take another 6 more anti-tank grab grenades. Six of Foos firing. Does not get any significant damage in. It actually just gets out of brace at the last moment.
The enemy are attacking one of our forward positions.
This model can still go down. Not a whole lot of lethal fire coming out from it. A lot of bazooka shots. All over the left side. Ooh, that guy's very, very stacked up. He needs to make spread out that squad. All 4 of the models are right there. One well-placed shot and that squad's down. Here comes the Panzerwerfer barrage trying to hit the bazookas. Largely it was unsuccessful. Pins down the... Oh wait, that's an AI, of course. You can't telling an AI to do something that's just importance. And Osasen does get fully wiped there. Does pick himself an LMG with the Rangers. And that's... Ooh, Rangers getting annihilated. And there goes the captain as well. Thanks to a well-placed rifle grenade. Calliope's now raining on in. And there goes the Panzer Fusilier, not Panzer Fusilier, Panzer Grenadier. And you got these Panzer Fusiliers trying to push their way forward. Get a direct hit there onto the intersection. Rolls a bounce there. Seen quite a bit of hits there. King Tiger's making his advance, trying to get some good damage in, and does receive a bounce there from the Firefly. Anti-tank grab grenade is coming forward. He will snare the engine there, the King Tiger. Jackson's going to be pursuing, and so is Firefly. They're quite healthy. Does get a good hit there. Rifleman going to be spotting. Does have a pair of Panzer Shreks actually crewed by those squads. Jackson gets another hit there. Firefly line up shot. Does take out one of those rifle squad over Six Goose. Another hit there. Beginnerwerfer's also firing. Rolls a miss there with the Jackson. And does get direct hit there by an artillery piece of some sort. But it looks like Firefly may not actually go down. Wait, was that a mortar hit that took out that King Tiger? One vehicle destroyed. It was the mortar hit that got the King Tiger killed. Does get one of the models, or that squad retreating. That's just the retreating model.
Send your orders.
Pershing almost at Veteran City 3. Next engagement should be able to get us Veteran City 3, but there's also an elephant in that region. Thompson Rangers have find the fresh Jägerlight infantry. Of course, the Jägerlight infantry controlled by an AI will likely get fully wiped there. Though the Scope Rifle does manage to get one model there, and down.
Forward elements report and infantry unit lost.
The AI's Panzerstrike squad is pushing its way forward, does find some of these forces.
Our asses. Tactical point being captured. Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
And the Shroom Pioneer squad will likely get wiped out there. Yep, it does. The AI's been losing a lot of squads, but the nice thing about it is he can throw away a lot of squads because it gets extra manpower. Look, the AI has 400 manpower, or 289 manpower with half the population consumed. He should be around 200 if he's a regular player.
Tank ready.
Pershing does push his way forward, does roll a miss there.
Shift your fire! Shift your goddamn fire!
Pershing and Jackson making their way forward. We got another reconnaissance overflight. The Osman's still alive, right? So it should be able to shoot down the aircraft, no problem. It says gotten 3 vehicles destroyed, selecting 3 aircraft. Has 4 getting some good damage in, but there's got a bunch of bazookas pushing their way forward. Getting some good hits there. And frag grenade thrown onto the Oberstdotson. Does get some bounces there. Oh, no, never mind. Does take out that Panzer IV entirely thanks to those bazookas. Does drop a bar there. Pioneers may be eyeing for a demolition charge. Won't be able to do much at close range, though I suppose if they're not firing against the Pioneers, they don't get some great work. And the Pioneers actually do manage to get the kill. Picks up a bar himself. Elephant has a lot of targets in front of him, but nice support. Pershing's trying to make his way forward. Pershing's now at Veteran C3, nailing the Elephant. Getting some direct hits there. Evac rounds was utilized. And there goes the Warperman. And likely Yellow's going to just go overrun by all of these forces. Does lose his Elephant tank. Does have plenty of fuel, but not a whole lot of manpower for it. King Tiger's coming in response. No, that's a Jagdpanzer. Looks like he lost his King Tiger. May see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades. Yes, we will see a pair of anti-tank rifle grenades. Should be able to take out that Firefly in one shot. Firefly does go down. And looks like the Panzer Fusiliers will manage to fall back.
Block off. A capture point is being overrun. Our supply line just got cut off.
We do have the Panzer Grenadiers making their advance. And Stuxafus Barrage rolls a miss there on the Riflemen. Another bundle grenade, multiple bundle grenades thrown, but we've got Callio Barrage running on. Maybe able to take out these Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like he does not. And here comes a Panzer Warfare Barrage annihilating those forces. Pershing starting to make his way forward. We'll find the Oberstdotson squad controlled by the AI. And doesn't actually throw a grenade there. There it goes. There's the grenade. And it looks like the Oberstdotson does drop its LMG. So has a Panzerstrike equipped. So that's a free LMG for these forces. We got a Bekenwaffer hit there onto the Pershing, and also kill there onto the Bekenwaffer. Yellow's starting to try to crawl back in the game. It just doesn't have enough manpower. Getting out another Osprey to take out the aircraft.
Forces are securing our territory.
And it looks like Red will go ahead and capture up that fuel point. Stukes of Foos pushes its way forward. Finds a direct hit there on top of those forces. And takes out quite a bit of models there. Panzer Grenadiers do wipe out that Vickers. This Vickers, however, still half crewed. And the AT gun does get decrewed there. But we got the lieutenant and the rifleman pushing the way forward. We'll see a stick grenade there onto the Vickers. And the Vickers does go down as well. This Panzer Cruiser squad will not be able to remain in the region all for too long. Got high explosive rounds being loaded up by the Jagdpanzer. Bundle grenade is thrown. Getting good hit there on the Rangers. But the Rangers should be able to win out. The Osprey's going to push his way forward. May get a wipe there on that Ranger squad. 3 Calliope is a lot of artillery. Direct hit there onto the Shearer Panzer quarters. Does take out the Kupelwagen there. And also it's starting to make its way forward, getting some great damage there onto the rear echelon. And the Shearer Panzer quarter does go down. We got an AT gun here, not set on up. Pentrix are making their advance. And Pershing does get a nice grenade off there. Calliope barrage raining on in, hitting these forces, does shoot down the reconnaissance aircraft once again. Panzer Grenadiers do go down. That's why the Axis just surrendered with the AI. Yellow's getting battered and bruised, fighting against too many people for too long. Oh, that was kind of recruited by Obstvassen. Interesting. Volkswagen do miss the grenade thrown by the Pershing and does go down. You may see a high explosive barrage, but he's just going to nail that Jagdtiger. Does throw a stick grenade there. Good damage, gets some good damage in. It does get a pair of anti-tank grenades off. And there goes the Firefly even more. Churchill's trying to make his advance. Oh, my game almost crashed. I'm not sure what. Maybe another downed HQ. Pershing, however, does get stunned by, I think, an AT gun. Yeah, by this AT gun here. But will manage to escape on out of there. Panzer II cannot deal with a Pershing. Does go down. I keep on seeing looks like a building or slit trench icon here. I think it's related to the repair engineers. And it's got pretty quiet all of a sudden. See, Orange has applied a Panzer IV against all the armor seeing. The Panzer IV is a horrible idea. Stug will do a bit better if he wants a cheap anti-tank option. Doesn't really have, and he has also one for anti-infantry.
We must stiffen our resolve. We are down to 75 points.
And those Jacksons are right missing that pack howitzer. Volks Grenadiers go down. And it looks like Blue's eyeing for another science eyeing for another advance. Does throw a rifle flare. We got some smoke rounds being thrown on in.
We have a new Panzer
Hold the line has been activated. Calliope raining on in across the region. Getting some good damage in. Takes out the MG-34. Oh, is that a Captain Vickers? MG-34.
We are close to defeat. 25 points remaining.
And it looks like the mechanized HQ will go down no problem. Oh, I do have a drink nearby. Just to my right rather than my left. Looks like Air Force is trying to make their way forward. A lot of Jacksons here. Panzer Force will not be able to win out versus all these Jacksons. The AI has deployed out a King Tiger.
The enemy has destroyed an
And it looks like the King Tiger will be falling on back. And there we go. The replay is now over. There's Angrade saying thank you for watching and signing off. And on to the next replay. And here we go. Next replay. I saw a replay on the Code 2 one I was sort of interested in. Oh, that's this replay here. So now we just have to wait, let it load for a bit. I really should keep my bathroom door closed because it likes to do that cycling sound. But yep. Wait till that's done, and there we go. Now start recording. Oh wait, I need to change one thing over here, and good. Yep, everything's good now. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the red OKW player, or Von Mantenufli as the OKW player. Did I say that? And his ally as the Wehrmacht player, we have Heartless Jaeger. Spawn on the bottom right side as the US player, we have Small Neil. And as his ally, as the Soviet player, we have the 101st Airborne, who's not playing USF. Shame. We've got just one doctrine lock-in, breakthrough doctrine. So we may see some Yag Tigers. Motor points being captured up. Does throw out some wire there. Very nice. Some more wire here as well. Sandbags over here.
The battle is about to commence.
And we've got some tank traps over here. So all sides are laying down some field fortifications. Very, very nice. Do got some Sturm Pioneers making their way forward. Does manage to get behind the semi cover. I don't think he. Well, I think he was trying to play out some wire there, but was interrupted. VP not being currently captured up. Pioneers can go capture the VP. Allow the Sturm Pioneers to fight. Actually, regular Pioneers going to capture, lay down some sandbags. Does force the conscripts push on forward as well. Riflemen starting to engage, but it's only one rifle from that window from that side. Sturm Pioneers laying down more and more wire. Very, very nice. More and more wire going down by both players. Very, very nice. I like seeing all the terraformation. Though the Kuhn says hi.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Over here we do have the MG42 set on up, but getting flanked by a combat engineer. Looks like no grenadiers. This is keep doing a tier 1 skip. He should be getting Battle Phase 2 as soon as possible. Yes, Battle Phase 1, I should say, is being researched. Technically, in the game files, technically called Battle Phase 2, and 2 is for 3, or 3 is for 2, and 4 is for 3. But you got the conscripts hoorahing forward and getting some great damage there. Not on the retreat. Best retreat it back now. Does get some good suppression there, and needs a full retreat now. Could still potentially get wiped depending on the next volley of rifles, but no, the next volley of rifles did not come forward. Pioneers still getting some damage in. Their pathetic damage in. And conscripts are making their way forward. Do have some telemines now deployed out here. Very forward telemines. I wonder if they got spotted. If not, that could be very deadly to an unsuspecting light vehicle. Nobody will expect a telemine there of all regions. Second Sturm Pioneer happened, deployed out. So we've got 2 Panzer Fusiliers, 2 Sturm Pioneers. And we'll be able to get overrun this Rifleman squad, no problem. But the Sturm Pioneers did sustain a lot of damage. He needs a Battle Group HQ or has a teammate deploy a med bunker. Ooh, these guys need to fall back. They're saying too much fire right there. Preserve the manpower when you can. Sturm Pioneer play can result in a lot of lost manpower. It depends who's, or Sturm Pioneers, yeah. Panzer Fusiliers can stick to this light cover here. Can go across the road. And we've got these M42s pushing their way forward. We've got a mechanized HQ. Hopefully the Wehrmacht player does apply a bunker for his teammate. These shoe mines have been swept, didn't get cleared. Telemines are still there. And we've got these Panzer Fusiliers getting some great damage in, though his opponents are behind head cover. It looks like, nope, no rifles down south. I thought I saw some rifles coming down from that direction. More conscripts pushing way forward, decided to fall back there. Pretty early, but it's probably a good idea since he was going to get outnumbered. Panzer Fusiliers have been, not Panzer Fusiliers, Panzer Grenadiers have been pulling out, capturing up that VP. And a Molotov has been thrown. Does deploy out some tank traps there. It's very nice. The shoe mines still have not been swept, but once it gets done, they'll automatically sweep it, assuming they haven't been queued away. I wonder if you realize they're actually there. Multiple points being captured on up by the southern forces. Guvong's making some advance, and 2-2's making soft withdrawal.
New rifles are here. Hand them out.
Does sweep that landmine right there. Was this one ever swept? That was right there? Yes, it was. On the right side, we do have these conscripts getting suppressed. There is not a way across that bridge. The map does not go far enough north for that. So you cannot flank the MG42. These conscripts do get a nice flanking opportunity, but they did have a bit of a backdrop there with that heavy cover. He's going through a Molotov grenade, Molotov to force back the MG42. Down south, we've got these forces pushing the way forward as well. We're getting some good hits there on the Sturm Pioneers. Panzercruisers are falling on back. And we do have some mortar hits now raining on in. Panzercruisers here are being upgraded with the G43 as well. And those Sturm Pioneers getting ripped apart. He panic retreat both squads, not just the low health squad, and he still lose that squad entirely. If he was actually only retreated back one of those guys, he could actually got more damage on the squad, preventing him from actually going down. Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward, forcing back the conscripts. 2-2 still roaming around. Panzer starting to engage, getting some good damage there onto the rear echelon. Tank trap was fully built. Conscripts are now falling on back. And looks like the landmine there may have been cancelled. There's a dead comm engineer, so that may have been a Soviet landmine. Wasn't really quick enough to see whose landmine that was. Riflemen are a little bit bunched up, so the autocannon should do some great work against that rifleman. Does throw out some wire there, very nice.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Do you have an anti-tank gun? Very nice.
We're losing a capture point.
And we got this standard strategic point now being decaptured.
Make ready to move.
Panzer II starting to make its way forward, roaming around.
Under attack! Counter! Pioneers reporting for duty.
He has rebuilt his Sturm Pioneer. It's a bit questionable at this point. Perhaps could have saved up for a Overslots at this point in time. Panzer Grenadiers are behind the heavy cover there, getting some good damage in.
Pack gun is ready for orders.
And we got another fresh pack 40.
Heads down!
T-70 has a point on now, getting some good damage there on those retreating Panzer Grenadiers. Up north, we do have the MG set up behind heavy cover as well.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Conscripts do get suppressed there by the MG42, and I heard a landmine detonation there. I'm not sure who actually found that landmine. We do have the telemine did get cleaned up there. Panzer Grenadiers to stay behind the heavy cover. No point of getting out the negative cover when you're receiving lots of fire there. Armor piercing rounds are being utilized, but even at point blank range, it's not going to do a lot versus T-70. But we've got the Pack 40 now lining up a shot. Does roll a miss, however. Autocannon fire being force fired across the fillet. Even if that Pack 40 shot does connect, the T-70 would still be alive. Conscripts are receiving some auto-cannon fire there. Sturm Pioneers are advancing thanks to the combined arms ability, able to advance a bit more quickly near that 222. Pack 40 could find a great angle there on that T-70, but will take 3 shots to take it out. The Austria player has been upgraded to Battle Phase 2. Molotov has been thrown.
Attack!
Meister Panzerschmähwagen reporting.
Conscripts ooh-rahing around, does find a good angle there.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
Pack 40 does roll a miss there onto the T-70. Panzer Grenadiers making their advance, getting some good damage there. And does force back the conscripts. Or soft retreats them. Ugh, I can't speak today.
Forces are capturing our
Or
supplies.
think. Pioneers will capture that regular strategic point. Zis guns make his way forward. Maybe eyeing for a Zis barrage in this region. Down south, we've got the Panzer Fusiliers, the Schumofficer, and the Looks pushing the way forward. Rifleman eyeing for some heavy cover there. Bundle grenade has been thrown, but he actually got knocked around forward. AT gun does get decrewed. This gun barrage raining on in. Does looks like he's starting to nail the northern MG. Does get a good hit there. T-70 seems good damage there onto the Pioneers as the T-70 does receive AT gun shot there. MP42 is really wounded. May receive some more conscript fire there, but does manage to be forced back there by that flamer. Could use some medical kits from the Pioneer to get it healed up.
The enemy is taken. The enemy has broken our supply lines.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Do have some combat engineers deployed on out.
The capture point is being overrun.
Conscripts do capture this point over here. I do hear a mortar raining on in somewhere. I've got a fresh Stug being deployed out by Magenta.
T-gun is ready
Still
for
only one
combat.
doctrinal lock-in by Red, and that is still just breakthrough. The Austria player could go over Spearhead. A little bit too late for mortar half tracks with the Tiger tank, with fragmentation bomb, with reconnaissance overflight, with Panzer tactician. All the other abilities are always quite reasonable. Storm Doctrine, potential. It all depends if you need the left 18 really. And strategic reserves. Tiger Ace could be nice. He could go for the Panzer 4J, but hadn't got any half tracks. And a little bit iffy on that one. So probably Spearhead would be the best doctrine. We do have infantry tactics potential. I really don't like the design of the doctrine. The fact that Fear Propaganda and Incendiary, along with the KVA, it's just, sure, it's infantry, that's for sure. But maybe just it speaks to the name truly. Probably the biggest problem is why Incendiary and Propaganda both in the same doctrine. Counterattack tactics, potential. And we do have mechanized support. That's probably the best doctrine out of the group, but B-Force won't be half bad either. Still does receive a miss there onto the T-70. And for the US player, that's actually 7 VPs, quite a bit. Got Rifle Company, it can be reasonable. Urban Assault can be reasonable. And Recon Support, probably not, but can be reasonable. Down south, we've got the Panzer Cruisers pushing forward. Cash has been built by the Soviet player, and that comm engineer will get wiped up out. Fresh regular Sherman tank deployed up with the US player. Does use load up armor-piercing rounds. The armor-piercing rounds can balance against the looks, but not always. Good hits there. He's perhaps going for a crush. He will get off an AT rifle grenade there. Does crush the Panzer Fusilier squad. They can replace him with some Obersassen. Picking up with her shots do largely miss the AT gun. And does get that recruit. Gain some great damage there on the rifleman squad.
A capture point is under attack.
Ooh. He takes out the crew there. That could be a free Sherman tank. It's worth losing a full Panzer Grenadier squad if he gets a Sherman tank. And does get the Sherman tank. Does use armor piercing. The high explosive. No, that is loaded for armor piercing. The it still has a damaged engine. He can reverse away.
Renovated HQ is ready.
And him not saving it is all him. He could actually save that Sherman tank. It was still fully mobile functional.
Panzer forces have
So you can reverse away slowly, but able to use some smoke there. The Zis guns will have a bad angle when it's get to this house. That Sherman tank could have been easily saved.
The enemy has us ranged. 300 points stand between us and defeat.
US plays going for a pack howitzer. A little bit interesting at this point in time, but I suppose it could be useful. He must have an eye for it,
The enemy is overrunning one of our
or eye
capture
for something
points.
for it. The major squad will fall him back. MG42 eyeing to get some good shots there on that conscript squad.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector. Fear propaganda can once again be unleashed. We now have access to KV-8 flamethrower tanks. Incendiary artillery barrage ready to fire.
We do have the rear echelon here getting ripped apart by these forces. I still have the MG42 constantly firing against this conscript squad. The Panzer Grenadiers need to eye this heavy cover there. The heavy cover will allow them to engage quite reasonably well without sustaining minimal losses. Flamer squad pushes way forward, gains some great hits there onto that conscript. Panzer II actually is still alive. I thought I went down to the Sherman tank. Guess not.
My squad's ready. Damn it! Where are the other units?
Back to full strength.
Captain squad is now getting ripped apart by the looks. Good damage coming out on the line over here.
Panzer IV deployed. Awaiting orders.
Panzer IV has been deployed on out.
Destruction is inevitable.
There's a Stug here as well. So Panzer IV and Stug out in the field. Looks is still alive as well. So a lot of armor for the Axis players. We do have a fresh KV-8. The KV-8 is quite resilient even to the Panzer IV. Sturm Pioneers making their advance, making some good damage there onto these forces. Now the Panzer Force pushes its way forward, making some good damage there as well. Sturm Pioneers do fall back, but it looks like this Sturm Pioneer squad, yeah, does get ripped apart there.
A squad of infantry.
Panzer Force gets good hits there. Bazooka does push its way forward, but there's only one bazooka on the squad. Does get a hit there as well. And the captain's getting ripped apart by the Panzer II. KV-8 pushes its way forward, does load up some armor-piercing rounds. The captain does get wiped out. And there goes the looks. Largely thanks to those AT guns, not necessarily the 45mm. Panzer Grenadiers pushing their way forward. He does get some good damage there on top of the conscripts. We do got a flamer burst there onto the fuel cache. KV-8 may get some good damage on some of these forces, but that's I'm getting mixed up. That's his own forces. Ugh. Times I wish I get some more sleep some days. Panzergrenadiers sort of set on up. Sturmofficers capturing that point. Overall, the VPs are heavily in favor towards the Axis players. Got 446 versus 207. Rifle grenade fired no rifle flare. And we got a rifle flare in return. Those rifle flares you don't really see all too often. Only available in one doctrine. Old making their advance. And he will try to break the gap. There's a lot of cover here in that road that usually provides negative cover. Bundle grenade thrown, getting some great damage there, forcing back both the squads. This rifle squad may need eye for this light heavy cover from the down T-70. Sturmofficers falling on back as well. Multiple AT gun shots there. And does roll a miss there, however. Riflemen trying to hold the line. They don't have frag research, although Shroom Pioneers will be able to win the engagement there. But we do got some white... No, that's for your propaganda. Not white phosphorus. White phosphorus is relatively cheap at 110 as well. What's Incendiary, 120? Yep, even cheaper than Incendiary. We've got the MG-42 pushing way forward. We'll get overwhelmed there by the conscripts, focusing down their veteran. We've also got the Hexos Marauders raining on in, getting a direct hit there. Does get one squad suppressed, but the other one does not get the wipe there. Strokes advancing with prioritized fire on. The KV-8 is getting repaired on up, has his engine damage. He's hunting down for the KV-8, but it's in the position that he's not looking for. And that's a teller mine there. Okay, there's a teller mine there somehow. So even pushing forward like that, there's still opportunity for him to really change the engagement. And he does not draw him over the teller mine. He can't rotate over there. So we got EZ-8 now deployed on field, getting great hits in the rear armor of that Stug, and goes down to the Zis gun. He really should have kept in mind with that teller mine at all times. The teller mine has been swept there. Does get a nice grenade, bundle grenade there. Got an 80 grenade there onto the Tiger tank, but does not get the engine snare. Tiger tank does send a nice pen in return. Goes to the Pack 40, getting some good hits there as well. Panzerwerfer barrage raining on in. Short Panzer IV pushes way forward, forces back the rifleman. Katusha, of course, has been deployed. Did I say Panzerwerfer? That's Katusha. Ah. My mind's scattered. Does take out that carcass. AT gun or pack howitzer trying to crawl away, which it does. EZ-8 has 2 levels of veterancy at the moment.
You got a captain hitting the field.
Or at least the crew does. Multiple hits there on the Panzer IV. Severely wounded. Another good hit there. Panzer IV will manage to crawl on out of there, but barely. Oh, that shot does miss as well. Multiple rifle flares have been fired. And got these forces pushing way forward. A nice mixed force there. Does drop a bazooka there. And KV-8 now trying to burn these squads. Does fall back there. But Panzerwerfer does roll a bounce.
What are your orders?
KV-8 rolling around, crushing some debris. Tiger tank trying to get some good shots in off as well. Now we've got some smoke raining on in, trying to suppress out these forces. Very nice. Easy-8 does have the radio net active. Or focus gunnery. Which is actually different than... Oh yeah, the Easy-8 gets a different ability now. Focus gunnery allows say platform to engage targets extended ranges, increase range and penetration across the speed of mobility, which can be very nice with the Easy-8. I forgot to gain that ability. Does smoke out the Tiger tank, very nice. But the Easy-8 does receive some hits there as well. Panzer IV getting some good hits there onto the captain. The captain has actually been rebuilt. We saw it go down earlier in this game. Riflemen do get suppressed there by the Tiger tank. And it looks like we do here a rifle flare coming out by the Panzer Fusiliers. Very nice. Good usage of that. Constant reconnaissance, always nice to see. We do have this KV-8 here. The VPs are still heavily favored towards Axis places. They still have over 400, though they are counting down, ever so closer to 400. Sector artillery now being rained on in. There is a landmine here deployed on out by the US player. I think it's his ability to lay down landmines. Does roll a miss there. Up north, we've got the KV-8 pushing the way forward, getting some nice fire. An anti-grenade does connect there on the Tiger tank.
The Sturmgeschütz is ready for... We are losing a sector.
And there goes the KV-8 to the 80-gun Tiger tank. With that damage engine, it wasn't able to escape out there anytime soon. All these forces falling back, maybe finding some support weapons they don't like to see. And now the Rifleman's conscript squad is falling them back. Will likely get wiped out. Or maybe... Yes, they do. Here comes a close from Katyusha Barrage, getting a direct hit there on one of those Panzer Grenadiers. The other one gets severely splashed as well. Trying to hunt down that Katyusha, but we'll find 3 AT guns here. We got a fragmentation run, utilizing the Blitz. Severe damage on 2 of them. Can use Panzer Tactician as well, just in case. Nope, he does not. Most of these Sturm Pioneers eyeing not the advance just a moment, because with vetted riflemen with weapons, unlikely to push forward anytime soon. King Tiger has been pulled on out. Easy trying to push the way forward. Does use the have focus gunnery on the sky. No, it does deactivate it there. Over here, riflemen are capturing up or deploying sandbags. And thanks to him deploying up sandbags, the Sturm Pioneer was able to close the distance without sending too much damage there. Easy pushes his way forward, does roll a miss there. King Tiger advancing as well. Rolls a miss there with the King Tiger. Ooh. Good hit there on the Rifleman squad. I think that'll be an Easy 8. No friendly destroyed. No friendly destroyed either. But he does have up one of these. Ooh, there goes that captain. He does upgrade one of these Easy-8s to the tank commander, increasing main gun accuracy and vision. Does not get the hit pen there on the Tiger tank. He needs the focus gunnery there. Pushes forward with now his focus gunnery. Does drop a bar there with that squad wipe. You got some more fear propaganda coming on in. No white phosphorus at the moment. Up north we have the combat engineers getting suppressed, but we do got the conscripts roaring around. And now we've got some fear propaganda raining on in, suppressing those forces. KV-8 has been redeployed. Stokes making its advance. Will find the KV-8, no problem. It does find a pen there. Getting some good damage there. Katyusha largely rolling miss there. The Panzer Grenadiers should be able to keep on out there. A lot of pens there coming on out on the KV-8. Tiger Tank does roll a miss there onto the group of infantry.
The capture point is under attack.
King Tiger's making some advance. Panzerwerfer Barrage doesn't get a whole lot of damage on the lieutenant. Better shot would have been near these AT guns, but it may not have been set up at the time of firing. KV-8 severely wounded, will need some repairs. Getting out another Katyusha. So it looks like it's heavily relying on the 3 Zis guns to engage all the armor. The EZ-8s are having a bit of trouble there, even with focus gunnery, but there is a Tiger Tank. He is using some HEVAP rounds on these forces, getting some good damage in. Now. Does get a pen there. These forces are getting suppressed. Does use some more. His team does use some more fear propaganda. Cal may get, will get suppression on these Sturm Pioneers. EZ-8's pushing the way forward as well, and we got the Kenwerfer now falling on back. I hear a Panzerwerfer or Katyusha Barrage did use the target weak point there. Looks like they didn't get the shot there on the KV-8. The Pack 40 does go down. Up north, we do have the Shu trying to crush some conscripts, largely failing, however. And looks like these conscripts do get pinned down by a Panzerwerfer barrage.
Armor ready. Well, that's knocked off. Warning orders.
Ooh, where's this, yeah, he was chasing something, not repairing his own Sherman tank. Still does get the kill there on the bunker. Got Panzer Grenadiers capturing the point now. And here comes the Zis guns, getting some good hits there. KV-8 going to be burning the region as well. Is trying to get some good hits there onto the sandbags. Those are all rifle flare there. Very nice. And the sandbags do go down. Should make it easy pickings for these forces. The officer does have a bar upgrade, and now the officer himself is equipped with an STG, since he's now at Vet 5. M1 gun set on up. We'll find a pen there onto the King Tiger. Another pen there as well. EZ-8 starting making their advance. Does get suppression there. Could potentially get a thick rifle grenade there. Throws out some smoke there on the Kenwerfers. Great crushes there. And multiple hits there on the King Tiger. EZ-8 will be backing up. Fresh Jacks push before. Needs better arm penetration, it looks like. No HEVAP rounds. Could use take aim. Does not use take aim, but does get the kill there on the King Tiger with the AT gun.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
A regular Tiger tanks are making some advance, getting some damage there onto the EZ-8. Strug and Tiger tank does get the kill there on the Jackson. Motorwoods there onto the EZ-8 as well. Does find a landmine there. 2 landmines look like, actually, based on the damage you saw. Stug has received another shot there. May see a anti-tank rifle grenade. Will see an anti-tank rifle grenade. But nothing to pursue it. AT-gun may need to fall back, unable to really help support anymore. In the center, however, KV-8 pushing way forward, burning the PaK-40 alive.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Panzer Grenadiers making their advance. There is a bunch of Zis guns in this region. It does destroy the PaK-40 there.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
PaK-40 will get decrewed.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Tiger tank coming to respond. As this gun could fire some, set on up, get some shots down to the Tiger tank.
We are losing territory.
Does get a good hit there. Panzer Grenadiers are making an advance, but they will run into the KV-8. Yep, and now the Panzer Grenadiers getting burned up a bit by the KV-8 as well. Made to get one of them decrewed, but that's about it. He's actually from being wiped. Katyusha barrage on the retreat path, so the squad could get wiped out by that Katyusha barrage. Nope, the rockets looks like they're... Oh, nope, I was wrong. Or, right, one of the two. ECA pushes the way forward, does manage to encircle the Bakan workers. Over here, we got the T-34-76 rolling around. Stug says hi. And now the KV-8 is getting repaired up by the combat engineers. He will be burning it up, those squads, while trying to get repairs. A little bit dangerous doing both at the same time. Tiger tank's pushing the way forward, still at full health. The combat engineers will be falling back. Stug's advancing as well, getting up bounds there. Tiger tank does roll a pen. Zis gun sitting on up. Only at Veteran C1, so no additional performance. And the KV-8 will not go down there. Combat engineers do capture the gun and fall back. Panzer Fusiliers or Panzer Grenadiers being ripped apart by all these rifles.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Looks like we'll see a fragmentation there. Stug does go down.
We have lost
Really
the
good hits
Panzer.
there, however. Panzer Grenadiers now advancing. Stug's making his advance. Does decrew another AT gun. Breed merges with the remaining AT gun, getting some good hits, and M1 AT gun getting some good hits there. Focus sight has been activated, which will be useful, and may need to use heat rounds or heat discard a Sabo or Sabat, but does take out that Stug there with an easy 8. Tiger tank is making its withdrawal.
Infantry unit being wiped out.
And TD4 does not get a ram in either. Did lose a Katyusha in the mix of all that stuff somehow. Getaway for sitting on up, getting some great damage there onto the EC8. This EC8 will need to fall back from soon. Gets to receive a Panzer Truck hit there. No Panzer Fusiliers remaining for some snares, and Incendiary Barrage coming on in. That's not fear propaganda, that's something a bit more spicy. Definitely more spicier than words.
We just lost a medium tank.
We do have a Jagdtiger deployed out. He did have a Team Tiger at one point in time. Jagdtiger. I suppose that would be pretty effective versus the US player. Though he's down to just one Easy 8. The Soviet player does have a bit of armor as well. Nothing too critical. Going for a regular Tiger tank probably would be actually a bit better at this point in time.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Good hits there. A little bit overkill using both Katyushas right there. KV-8 getting some good damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers. They won't be wiped out by Katyusha on the retreat. Tiger Tank moves its way forward, so close to Infantry C3, and gets a... That was actually from the Tiger Tank, and not from the Panzer... Yeah, that was 5 kills, so that was not from the Panzerwerfer, that was actually from the Tiger Tank. Maybe it was a combination of both of them. Rocket hit, then a Tiger Tank shell hit, but that was maximum spread. There had to be both of them landing sequentially. Rifleman has thrown out a flare there, very nice. And now we've got these conscripts getting some good damage there onto the conscripts. Conscripts. Pioneers are being forced on back. Jagdpanzer is firing a high explosive barrage, perhaps on top of, looks like hitting the pack howitzer. Sturmofficer severely wounded. KV-8 pushes his way forward, does get some rear armor hits there with the KV-8 onto the Jagdpanzer. I don't know how many shots it would take for a KV-8 to take out a Jagdpanzer, but it will take a significant amount. The KV-8 needs to use a stop move command, does use a stop move command there. Now it allows the T-34-76 to get some rear armor hits there, and there it goes down to the Zis guns. Tiger Tank now at Veteran C3, playing health, does use the bullets there. No artillery here. Black and Red will go, the OKW player will go for King Tiger at this point in time. Ooh, good damage there, good crushes.
Supply sector under attack.
T-34 is making their advance. Let's see. Nothing to combo with a T-34 Ram other than more tanks. And Katusha. And he's lost both his Katyushas again. Word? This Katusha went down. This Katusha went down. He's lost 3 Katyushas this game. There's that Katusha. I don't even see them going down. All of a sudden they go down. Panzerwerfer barrage raining on in down south. Annihilating that squad. May have been a 50 cal squad? Yeah, 50 cal squad gets annihilated by the Panzerwerfer. The Panzerwerfer could push its way forward to capture the point. Does get some Panzerstrike shots there onto the T-34-76. We got these forces pushing their way forward, getting some great damage done to these AT guns.
More of our troops have been lost.
Does get some pressing pin there. Good hits there onto the Zis gun, but try to force fire, but doesn't get destroyed there. White Foster's running on in from the pack howitzer at PZV. And that White Foster's there is preventing him from destroying the gun. That may be not exactly intentional, but it's what's happening. T-34-76 is, of course, excellent versus infantry. Another T-34-76 coming on out. Going for a T-34-76 spam can be very effective. I do love a medium tank spam. It allows you to get a whole lot of anti-infantry effect. And if you really need to, you can sacrifice a bunch of them to take out some you really want dead. But you have to make sure if you go all in.
200 points remaining.
T-34-76 is getting some great damage there onto the MG-42. We do have some Panzerstrike squad upgraded on the Panzer Grenadier. AT Grenade does connect with the Tiger Tank, but was unsuccessful in snaring the engine. T-34-76 pushes the way forward, has prioritized fire on all of them, going for the Tiger Tank. One of the T-34-76s do go down, now he's eyeing for the Sturm. This one will be potentially going down, does take out the Panzerwerfer there. Great hits there onto that one T-34-76. Wasn't very good dive there. It was the second T-34-76. And this one, it will see a bit of fire in the tree path, but is getting some good misses. This gun setting on up to covers retreat. Easy 8 makes his advance. What has this? He's going for a regular Sherman tank at this point in time. He has plenty of fuel. Maybe eyeing for more anti-infantry support. Good hits there.
The capture point is being overrun.
50 cal has been reclaimed. And multiple Zis guns barrages raining on in. Oh no, it's a Zis and a Pack Howitzer. They're actually really stacked up. Spread those things out.
The capture point is being overrun.
The 50 cal is set on up, getting great suppression there on these forces. The Buchanan Whippers are rolling away. Good hits there, multiple good hits. T-476 will be making his withdrawal. Great hits there. And the T-3476 will make its withdrawal. 50 cal is trying to suppress down this Oberstatzen. Give him enough spurs. Yeah, it does get suppressed there now. Tickets are still in favor of the Axis players, but it definitely has greatly shrunk the margin, and it will be coming down against the Allies now. Sherman tank getting some hits there. Does get the surprise shot there as well. Is not sticking around to finish it off. It could have been worth it trying to wipe it, but looks like he's not going to stick around. Does get one of his guys decrewed. Oh, gets the other one decrewed as well. Tiger tank comes respond, trying to blitz forward, trying to kill that one Sherman tank. Does draw a smoke grenade there. Very nice, but knocks him out of his own capture point. Oof. Does get a good hit there onto the Stug. And now we do have the Panzer Grenadiers receiving a bit of fire there. Should be able to resecure that point, no problem. Smoke rounds raining up, or a smoke barrage from the Sherman tank does come forward, does get a nice force fire there. That must have been 2 force fire hits. He's getting pretty lucky with those. Another good hit there. That may have not been force fire. That was, the smoke was not in that area. And there goes the Easy 8.
A medium
Tiger tank,
just lost.
6 vehicles destroyed, so it's now an ace. A tank ace. Though it's different than the Tiger ace, but still you get the idea. Sector artillery now raining on in. We've got another Panzerwerfer being dived on in by this T-3476. It is relatively equal trade if he loses it. Get a mutual trade there. But the T-3476 is having its gun rotate the wrong direction, using a blitz. It does get the kill there. Very nice. Of course, this engine can be stalled out for a bit of time.
Enemy is inflicting losses upon us.
And the Tiger tank does get the kill there. They may have ate some of that sector artillery. Sturm Pioneers getting suppressed there, and multiple 50 cals hitting the Sturm Pioneers. High explosive rounds raining on in. Stokes pushing the way forward. We do have the Tiger tank almost being fully repaired up now. And the riflemen should be able to capture up these points. No, they may not be able to capture the point. There's a lot of Obsats in there. Panzerwerfer being deployed out by Magenta once again. Oh, the Okinawa play has a massive manpower float. Look at that. Maybe get out some MG-34s. Like, put one here, and just lock down that sector. Keep the Panzerwerfer there. And use your Tiger tank or Jagd Tiger to push the center of the map. Just, you have so much manpower, just support weapon spam and just lock down the sector. There's no reason why this should be captured when you can pull out 2 MG34s. Sure, the pack house also can be a bit problematic, but your opponent has to take time to clear that out. And when you see the first round drops down, just retreat. The Pioneer's going to be burned up a bit by the Incendiary Barrage. And one Mechanical Warfare hit does connect.
A capture point.
Does roll a bit of miss there. Schumacher's being forced on back, directed there onto the Mechanical Warfare.
Enemy movement! On the flank!
King Tiger, reporting for combat.
Fresh King Tiger deployed on out. Still has 1,000 manpower. Thunder grenade or stun or Frenchable smoke grenade was thrown there. At this point will be captured by the Axis players. The Southern BP is trying to be recaptured now, but got some conscripts preventing the capture there and suppressed. Ooh, looks like great hits there and largely missed there. And the conscripts are falling on back, so the Axis players will be capturing the southern point. We've got 2 T-34 Sim-6 pushing their way forward. Directed there onto the Panzer Strike squad. Couldn't get crushed. Decides to do a full retreat there. Great hits there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Do have a dropped Panzer Strike here. Now the Panzer Grenadier squad will manage to fall back in time. Tiger gets some damage in. Could get overwhelmed, but there's also Stug support, but Stug is severely wounded.
The enemy is down to 75 points.
King Tiger ready.
I'll say he may have done 4. Yeah, he did force retreat relatively recently. Sherman tank with high explosive rounds do manage to get a good hit there. And direct hit there onto the Sherman tank. Rifleman eyeing for AT grenade, but that will not get the snare. Does get ripped apart, however.
Gun crew just got wiped out.
Looks like the 50 cal has been decrewed in the center of the map, as these forces may start pushing on forward, eyeing to capture the fuel point. The Soviet player still actually needs a fuel, so going for the fuel point will harm the Soviet player, and the Okutup and his teammate does need fuel as well. So does he. So the fuel points still do matter, not necessarily to this US player. He has plenty of fuel for the time being, but everybody else, it still does matter. Repicks up the Panzer Strike there. And here comes the Panzer Warp Barrage. Does pin down the 50 cal, doesn't get any model drops. And Panzer Grenadiers, of course, pinned down as well. Tiger Tank does not get a good hit there on the Rifleman. Great hit there, 2-476, and Sherman Tank now advancing. Doesn't even get the ram there. Looks like got some incendiary, fear propaganda being brought on in. Another T-34, both T-34s specifically forward. The Sherman Tank is half health. And we got the retreat there onto the Mechanical Warfare. Good hit there on the King Tiger. Good hit there with the Zis Barrage. The Central VP will be captured up by the Allies. The Allies have only 52 tickets remain. The King Tiger is receiving a bit of fire there. Panzer's trying to engage at close range. And looks like he will manage to wipe out that Rifleman squad. Rifleman squad does get wiped out. Sturm Pioneer, however, make it wiped in return. Low place shot does wipe out that one Sturm Pioneer. King Tiger comes to advance, does get a good hit there. Jackson does find a frontal armor bounce. And good hits there onto these T-34s. It does ram forward, but does get abandoned right there. 2 strokes here to support the Tiger tank. Great damage coming on the T-34 76. And the T-stroke does get the kill there. The Tiger tank does need more kills. It needs, while the strokes could use more veterancy, that's for sure. White Phosphorus barrage coming on in by the US player, but he can stick around to get the capture off. Jackson getting overwhelmed by these Magenta's armor. And the Strokes do manage to get another kill there. King Tiger trying to deal with the VP. The VP game is important for both sides now. The Axis players don't have a whole lot of VPs remaining. And now there's a triple capture against them. Speaking about capturing up, looks like that guy is fresh, not singed by the White Phosphorus. He will decapture the central VP, which will give him some breathing room, but not a whole lot. Do got to max him here. Fragmentation run. Fragmentation run misses the 50 cal, captured by the Soviet player. This gun has been recruited and melee merged. That was a pretty quick merge there, very nice. And the Pioneer gets wiped out by, was that a mortar or pack howitzer? Must be the pack howitzer. MG42 going pretty far forward. He will get a Molotov off, but the conscript squad may get wiped out by the Panzer Grenadiers. Does get wiped out by the Grenadiers. That's Warfare Barrage running on in. Largely missing right there.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
King Tiger is making his advance over in this sector. Does receive a bazooka hit there. Or captured by Canada Warfare, I should say. Does get fully pinned there thanks to the spearhead Tiger tank, King Tiger. These forces are starting to make their way forward. 3 Obsatsen and 1 Sturm officer. And good hits there onto the King Tiger, down to a little bit more than half health. And this 50 cal will get overran. There's a lot of Obsatsens here with the Sturm officer. Very blobby. Sturm switching way forward. Tiger tanks make its advance. Tiger tank now receiving quite a bit of hits there. Getting focusing down this gun here with the Sturm officer ability. Take aim. And nice try for a crush there. Did force back the squads. And the gun will manage to stay alive, but severely wounded. Tiger tank has received some heals. I'm to advance now. MG42 trying to capture the VP. Friendly Tiger tank could push his way forward. And the Strokes are way up here, not doing a whole lot, honestly.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
And it looks like the MG42 will be falling him back.
Attempting to steal our sector.
That's Warfare Barrage raining on in, getting some great hits there, annihilates the conscript squad. Rifleman squad could potentially get wiped, but it's unlike with the Panzer squad. Does manage to keep this capture there. The Allies are counting down to 54, 44, 43 tickets, as was the Axis players 59. Stokes going in deep, trying to hunt down this Sturm tank. Does go down to the Panzer truck of the Sturm Pioneer. Jackson's starting to engage now, and Iron just to push on forward. Does get another pen there, but does receive her armor hit there. Stoke fires and does get the kill there, while the Jackson rolls a miss. But Canada Warfare does get a good rearmor hit there. It's starting to engage the ambulance now. The Pinto Mount is hitting. Yeah, it does take out the ambulance there. He's trying to lose these Stugs. Could potentially get a replacement. I would obviously go for a Brumbar at this point in time. It will help keep these areas secure. but this may be actually game. They're counting down, soon to be triple counts. Yep, and they just outright surrendered. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching and signing off. And that's all the replays I have for Company Heroes 2 for tonight. I'm still a little bit exhausted. Haven't been getting much sleep lately, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the a night for our streaming. Thank you.